meadow, you ran into some trouble, to put it lightly. You found a horde of zombies that were headed towards the town. You guys had a plan to lure some of them away using your Stone of Alarm, which Teak and Philia did manage to do, while Cinder, Gustav, and Eric tried to find what they could in the town to reinforce the stable to protect your cart and horses. Cinder did sneak off into a house and found interesting items. It was a sack, a rope, and some boots. And left them with Eric to try and identify them, which he was not able to right away. He needs a little bit more time. But other than that, you guys spent your time fortifying the windows and the door of the stables. Eventually, Teak and Philia returned, and you guys kind of came up with a plan of what to do, eventually leading to the culmination of all these zombies kind of marching their way into town, at which point you distracted most of them into coming after you guys and fought them in the open area of the courtyard in town. Well, not the courtyard, but the kind of back area behind the temple and everything. And after a very lengthy and hard-fought battle, which included incapacitation of Teak and Philia multiple times, you guys had fought off 20-something or so zombies, including a overly large zombie, but not without paying a price. In a somewhat heroic moment, Cinder stepped over with his last remaining strength and plunged his elven greatsword into one of these putrid zombies, obliterating it, but at the same moment causing it to explode, destroying the other zombies around it, while also destroying another plague zombie, which also exploded, leading to the unfortunate demise of Cinder and almost Teak. But Eric had a tough choice to make on who he wanted to try and save first, and he went with Teak. And at this moment, we will there where Eric has found Cinder's dead body. He's crying and upset. Gustav has just ended his blood rage after fighting off the zombies attacking the temple, and has looked around, or turned around and seen Eric holding Cinder's lifeless corpse, and he let out a large scream that echoed throughout the area. And that's where we are. Teak and Philia are unconscious. Eric has Cinder's dead body, and Gustav is realizing what has happened.
Eric continues to cry.
Sounds about right.
I would like to, in my staggered state, make my way over slowly to Eric and the rest of my friends, but while doing so, I would like to keep a lookout for any straggling zombies that might still be around.
Okay. So you kind of stagger your way back over to Eric and your ally. At this point, you see just this giant heaping mess of kind of death and destruction. There's zombie corpses kind of blown into pieces. Teak is unconscious, covered in this kind of green goo and guts and stuff from the zombies, and Philia's in the corner slumped up against one of these crates outside the stables. But in the center of all of this chaos, you see Eric clutching the lifeless corpse of Sin. You can see his body's been mangled a bit. There's just bite and slash claw marks all over him. Some of the blast has burnt his skin in different places from the weird acidic goo.
Eric, are they all?
Eric's just gonna shake his head and continue crying. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Look down. This is all my fault. I don't know why I thought I could do all this.
In the midst of his crying, Eric is gonna sigh and be like, it's not your fault.
You're right. But what do we do now? They're all dead. Well, we brought Philia back, right? We brought you back. Maybe we could do something for them too.
Eric's gonna shake his head. They're not dead. And then he's just gonna like hold on to like Cinder. It's just Cinder. And continue crying.
Well, I'll go over to, I guess, Teak, who's closer. Is there anything I can do for her?
I mean, the best thing you could do for her is probably get her body out of this muck and goo and dirt and blood and guts.
Okay. I'll sort of crouch down and try to pick her up wedding style. I'm pretty exhausted, but still got a 14, so hopefully I can still do that.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, you kneel down and pick up Teak's unconscious body, and you know some of the blood and goo and stuff just kind of pours down her arm and drips off of her fingers as they kind of fall out from the side of your grip. She slumps over.
We should get him inside at least. Can you do what you need to in the stables, or should we try getting to church? Eric?
Oh, he's gonna nod, and then he's gonna try and walk over to Philia. Not try, he's gonna walk over to Philia, but as he's doing, he's gonna mumble underneath his breath, Gustav Antique, sitting in a tree, do it. No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna walk over to Philia. Like, he's gonna be hesitant because he doesn't want to leave Cinder's body, but he knows he has to carry Philia inside first since she's still alive.
Okay. Yeah,
Philia's still slumped on Willow, so you could probably just like Willow go there.
Oh, he'll slap Willow's butt and poke himself with the poker and die. No, yeah, he'll tell Willow to like take Philia inside.
Yeah, you kind of guide Willow with Philia's slumped over body almost falling off the saddle inside.
And then I'll try my best to drag Cinder over.
Yeah, I mean, it's not super easy for you, but I think you can definitely drag. Kind of grab him by the arm, tug with all your might, and you know, as you drag him through, some of the blood and guts kind of drip off of his legs and stuff. And you just have his left arm drag. towards the door until eventually you guys all find your way inside the stable.
What do you need me to do?
Just look after them. There's nothing we can do right now.
Well, time's a factor, right? Like for Cinder, we can probably do something here.
He's just gonna shake his head. I don't know, Gustav. I
Well,
want
we
to,
brought
but I
Philia
don't know.
back. We brought you back, right? Why not Cinder?
We had help doing that, Gustav. I don't know how to fix this.
Well, let's get some more help then.
We can't do that this very moment, so just take care of the ones that are alive. We'll take Gustav's Cinder's body with us wherever we go. We'll find something. But just for now, just take care of Cinder. Philia and Teak.
Alright. I'll clean the wound and
Yeah, we'll do it together.
I will do the best of my ability, follow Eric's instruction, trying to take care of Teak and Philia.
Okay. You can roll me. You can both roll me healing check.
Could I just nod and say that I did?
No, you can roll it. You have Eric's help.
Rolling. Roll 20, please. I have decent internet tonight, please.
A 6.
I see yours.
You know that's like lower than my lowest roll.
That's why I didn't want to roll.
Okay, where's my heal check? Oh my god, I can't scroll down. What did I rolled a freaking 1? No, I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2.
I mean, there's not much you guys are doing for them, so I think between the two of you, this is okay. You're mostly just kind of cleaning them up with what like little water and supplies you can get, just making sure that their wounds aren't infected or anything. So, you know,
I think
you make a little like hay bed for them or something and prop them up.
I think once we do that, I'm gonna walk over to Cinder's body and like seal any wounds, like stop any bleeding, even though he's dead, just to like try and preserve his body for like when we do eventually try and like bring him back to life.
Okay. Let me look here real quick. I wish there was like a knowledge biology, but there ain't.
Knowledge nature?
I mean, honestly, I'd be more inclined to do just a heal check, knowledge nature.
I rolled a 2 on that, so I can just keep that if you like.
No, I mean, that was for a different one. Just roll me another heal check. This one's going to have a higher difficulty, but you rolled a lot better, so. Yeah, I mean, with what little supplies you have, you kind of start suturing up some of the wounds and trying to keep his body as well preserved as possible. Yeah, but it takes you a little bit of time. What's your guys' next step, your next plan of action?
Would you say it has been 3 minutes?
Yeah, it's definitely been 3 minutes.
My
Why?
strength returns.
Oh. How nice.
Or some of it.
So are like Philia and Teak like completely stable? Like at this point they're just like unconscious / sleeping?
Yeah,
Because like
I mean,
Eric will go and check on them to see if they are.
They're stable, yeah. They're just at negative hit points.
Okay.
so they're still unconscious. How many negative
Eric's-
hit points do you have, Philly?
I have -9.
Oh, okay. I thought you had less for some reason. Sorry, Eric. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna go over and like make sure that Philia and Teak are like comfortable and safe.
Yeah, they are.
Like the ancient version of like the recovery position in case they like throw up and choke on their own vomit kind of thing. Like he's gonna make sure that they're good, like laying where they are.
You take the time to prepare them and have them on their sides and stuff, so they're not choking on their own vomit.
And then when he's done, he's gonna like look around the room and he's gonna be like, Gustav, let's go for a walk.
Oh, boss, just leave him here.
They're fine.
You sure?
He'll like think for a second, and he'll like take out a piece of paper, and then he'll take out 2, and then he'll write a note for Philia saying, like explaining what's happened about Cinder, and he's gonna say we're okay, we're just outside. And then for Teak, if she wakes up first, he's just gonna put like he's gonna draw Cinder.
Learn how to read.
Yeah, he's just gonna write Cinder dead, Eric, Gustav okay, outside. Like he's gonna make it like very simple.
Okay.
And then Philia sleeping or something.
What's
Sure.
Teek's intelligence score?
It's not that low. I think her intelligence, I'm gonna have it here somewhere.
Because she's illiterate doesn't mean she's not intelligent.
She's not illiterate technically. Like she can speak, so she can just recognize words, right?
Yeah. Her intelligence is 10, so it's average.
Yeah, Eric
Okay.
would have known what words he taught her. He would have used the words that he's taught her or something, so she knows.
Me and Teek are the same intelligence.
You just
Can
never
Gustav read?
learned. She just never learned to speak or read.
But she knows other things.
Like
Well, yeah.
trees.
She can sniff people out and track people and stuff.
She knows exactly what musk to use to avoid wolves.
And no one
Uh-oh.
listened to me when it was pertinent information to know.
And how many times have you not listened to me about real life situations, Teak? You will sit back down. Alright. So he's gonna be like, they'll be fine.
It's also canon that Teak read a book about emotional manipulation.
She's very good at reading. She's a fast learner. Teak, read a book on emotional manipulation. Eric, bad.
So you guys are taking a walk outside.
Mhm.
Are you just gonna walk around a bit, or what? What's
Probably go check on the church first.
okay. As you guys walk out the stables and start approaching the door to the church, you see, kind of masked in some of the moonlight, a figure, kind of dark, shadowy figure, standing in between you guys and the church at this point. You can see from here that they look like they have some sort of robes on.
Eric's gonna look over at Gustav.
So we don't recognize these people? Like new
It's
robed
just-
figures?
It's just one person. You only kind of see their silhouette in the moonlight.
Okay, but they're not like trying to be hidden or something.
No, looks like they've maybe even stepped out of the shadows at this point.
I look back at Eric and then go to move towards that person.
Okay. Paul, as you're standing here, You see Eric and Gustav slowly approaching you from a distance. Paul?
Did Gustav ask who goes there or something?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Because Eric will.
Paul, are you there? Are you alive, Paul?
Reginald has
Yeah.
killed him.
He continues to walk towards them, silently.
Okay, at this point, you're both walking towards each other when Eric shouts. What do you shout at him?
Who
Eric?
goes there?
Just a friend. Who are you?
We don't have any friends.
Hold on there, Eric. What are you doing here? You know what's going on?
So as Paul gets closer, you can see he's wearing these kind of red robes with like these gold trim around them, and there's a sun embroidered across the back of his robe there.
Eric's gonna look very, very concerned. He's gonna whisper over to Gustav, "Damn, he's incredibly stylish." No, he's gonna be like, "Is that the Church of the New Dawn? They have a sun. He's got a sun on his."
I will examine the sun. Does it remind me of the emblem? Wait, I know what the emblem is. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Did Gustav write it down?
No.
Gustav, you'd all remember. I mean, yeah, you recognize the symbol. It is definitely, he's not hiding it or anything. It's definitely the son of the New Dawn.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's the sun with the blade through the center of it.
Eric, no, look very happy.
Okay, Teak, calm down.
You're a hard lot to follow.
Eric's gonna like step back. Like at the moment he's like, "We're being followed." Like what? He's gonna be like, "Follow."
I don't really care about that right now. You're from the church, yeah?
Gustav, he's been following us.
Yes.
You have some sort of divine magics here. Ever brought someone back to life?
No, I haven't. Why?
Do you know someone who can? We lost someone, yeah? You followed us for some reason. If it was
Eric's
to
gonna
kill
look
us,
over
you
at
could have
Gustav.
done that already.
Gustav, these guys don't like magic. I don't think we should suggest what you're suggesting to him.
I mean, what you're suggesting is something that is not entirely I mean, it's beyond my skill level for sure. And he kind of looks around, and I guess because he's outside, he's past all the dead zombies and.
I mean, at this point, most of the dead zombies are right in front of the stables. So, I mean, you can see them, but you haven't, walked through them. There's a few near you where Gustav killed them, though.
Gustav just covered in zombie guts.
Eric perfectly clean. It's soaked in his tears.
I mean, look, I can't bring anyone back from the dead, but my superior, High Priest Svarg, would be coming to this area in a few days. Perhaps I can delay his transition.
Eric's just gonna sigh. Since when did the New Dawn mess around with magic?
Well, it's a different sort of magic, yeah? Comes from your god or whatever, right? That's a good kind of magic, yeah?
You can't decide what a good kind of magic is.
I feel that's exactly what they do.
They're not allowed to.
Only-
They're
Gustav,
not
why
allowed to.
Only magic bestowed upon us by the Shining One.
Right.
Look, I don't think we should be telling this New Dawn person everything. We just met him and he just said he's followed us.
This is our best chance for Cinder, Eric. I'll take it.
We can find other ways to find a way. English? We can find other ways to fix this, but we do not need their help.
What's your idea then? Huh?
We'll find something.
Something.
Look, I'm not here to cause you any grief or trouble. We passed you on the road back when you were heading. We were heading to Karen. Bralus thought you were all heading into, well, the unknown. There's been whispers of things happening around Wild Meadow, so he sent me here to follow and aid you in anything that you needed. I just arrived a little too late.
Since when does Bralus care about the general public? He doesn't owe us anything. Why did he actually send you here?
Bralus's reasons are unknown to me. I'm only a young apprentice within the church. Just doing what I'm told. I would prefer to help you.
Can I get a read on this guy? Does he seem genuine in what he says?
So, make me a sense motive check, I guess.
A4.
Can I do a sense motive check? Oh no, I'm gonna roll a 1. I can feel it.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I can't tell you anything for sure. But, I mean, most of... he seems fairly genuine. I mean, he hasn't told you anything all that specific.
I was mainly going on the I want to help you thing, you said.
Oh, sure. I mean, he seems like he wants to help. For what reason, that's for you to decide. But he seems like he wants to help. You know, whether or not that's because he just wants to do a good job for the church and listen to his orders or whatever.
Well, we could certainly use a hand right about now. And if you'll give your word that you'll do what you can to convince your High Priest of Arg to help Cinder, see no reason why we can't help each other.
Eric's just gonna look over at Gustav and then just look like completely dumbfounded. He's like, we're not getting their help. And then he's gonna storm off back to the stables.
That's Eric, by the way. He's a good lad, but I don't think he...
I understand his grief. I've had loss in my life as well.
But
But
your
again,
loss come at the end of the New Dawn.
I make you no promises with what will happen here. It's only I've only heard whispers and rumors that High Priest has this ability. It's not a common thing.
I've seen it done twice in the past few months. Before that, never. I
Twice?
imagine those rumors be true.
Gustav just spilling all the tea. These guys hate us, remember?
I need to save my boy!
Well,
We do, but he's gonna kill me!
You say you've seen this done twice, but how?
If I knew that, I would have done it for sin.
Was it a church?
I think.
Oh god, he's spilling all the tea.
Well, speaking of, whole reason we got ourselves in this mess was to help out this church. It's got about 20 people inside. 12 of them are dying of some sickness that might turn them into those things over there. This sort of motion to the pile of zombies. When we was defending them, we lost one of our own. Gustav, by the way. Hold that, mate.
Nice to meet you. You see he wipes his hand on his robe and then sticks it out.
Alright, your hand is now covered in goo.
Clean! Wipe it again.
What was your name?
Brother Paul.
Brother Paul. Ever healed the sick? Was that else outside of what an apprentice can do?
I've healed the wounded. Sick. Not so much. But I could always have a look.
Alright, let's see if we can do some good while we can, yeah? And I will go over to the mostly destroyed door of the church.
Okay. As you approach the mostly destroyed church, you can see it's kind of dark inside. As you get near, you only hear the sounds of someone kind of sobbing in the distance.
I'll knock.
You'll knock?
Yeah, like just fist on the door a few times.
As you knock on the door, like some chunks of wood kind of just fall off. I mean, this thing's pretty mangled at this point. Like, there's a hole in it and stuff.
Like, how bad is it? Could I just walk in?
I mean, it might take a second to clear some of the stuff away, but like, you could definitely get your hand in there and remove the piece of wood, bolting the door shut, locking the door.
Sort of put my face like near the hole so if someone looks they can see it's not a zombie. You all alright in there?
You don't get a response, right? You just hear some quiet sobbing from somewhere inside the church.
I'll sort of look back to Brother Paul and start removing the stuff, trying to like keep it intact as possible to like put it up again later, but trying to get in kind of quick.
Yeah, I mean, you start moving some of the stuff out of the way, and eventually, like, there's a little bit of a crash as it was leaned up against each other, but it comes falling down, and you manage to get the doors open. And you can see at this point, it's pretty dark in there. It looks like none of the candles are lit anymore.
Does it look like a zombie got in?
It's
Like, I guess I
possible.
can't see it here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for you to see in there is the problem right now.
Or, Paul, you make some light.
You see he holds out um, like a pendant that has the emblem of the sun on it, and he shines a light.
Is it like a torchlight or is it like a beam?
It's like a torchlight, just illuminates the area.
Okay. So, as this torchlight emanating from this pendant illuminates the inside of the church, Gustav, you can see what looks like pretty much just pure chaos. There's dead bodies on the ground. Some of them look like they've been stabbed and cut and slashed. Others look like they've been bitten or clawed or chewed.
What the hell happened? Any threats still around? Like, if I look over in the direction of the sobbing, what's over there?
In the direction of the sobbing, you see a figure kind of sitting on the ground with their knees up and their arms slumped over their knees and their hand in between their legs, just sobbing, their face covered by long, silky black hair.
If I don't see any, like, zombies or any threats, I'll just hustle over to that person, kneel down beside them.
As you hustle over to them, you notice there's a sword on the ground next. It's covered in blood. Other such things. But as you kneel down next to them, you recognize this person as the kind of skittish male elf, Emerald, who you spoke to earlier.
What happened here?
He gives one big kind of snotty sniff, and you see his hand go up to his nose, wipes it away. He looks up at you through the streaks of black hair in his face, and you can just see the water streaming down his face from the... he just looks at you for a moment while he continues to cry.
Can you stand?
He just gives you like a little bit of a nod.
I'll get up and hold my hand out.
Okay. He takes your hand and at the same time kind of picks up this somewhat rusted blade in his hand. Kind of carries it with him. He looks like he's pretty unsteady and shaking a bit.
We're gonna head back to the stables. We got it shored up. Probably might be safer than here. You alright with that?
Yeah. Doesn't make eye contact with you, just kind of keeps his head down, looking off to the side, and just says, yeah. And just kind of stammers along with you.
Does he look wounded?
He doesn't look like he's in the best of shape. He's definitely a little rough.
Would you like some help with those wounds?
He doesn't really know you, but he looks at you through the hair on his face and kind of just gives you a nod as he's gripping some of the like slashes and cuts on his body.
Yeah, I'll like.
As Paul goes to hold out his hands, I would like to grab the wrist as he's holding it up.
Oh my goodness. I guess this is a CMB. Unless, I mean, I don't know. Unless Paul's just going kind of slow. I guess it's up to Paul.
Yeah, he's not going fast.
All right, yeah, you grab Paul's arm.
Might hold off until you see the state of everyone. Yeah. Just not trying to. Don't
Dang.
imagine you got much in the tank. Alright.
This person is in need of help.
Others are in more need.
Emerald speaks up and he
He looks at Emerald and then kind of.
It's fine. I can handle it. It just hurts a bit. That's all.
Good lad.
You may underhand.
I guess. And I guess at that point he would have seen the sort of demon arm of Gustav, the butcher.
You grab him with the demon arm, huh?
He's threatening him. He's like, "You messed me up. Fucking stab you with my demon arm. You
Yeah,
see this bad
apparently.
boy?
Do you see this butcher of Farhelm looking out?
It's throbbing."
Got my first watch tattoo underneath my eye.
Eric's crying and covering his first watch tattoo.
Ah.
So I mean, yeah, you probably catch a glance at this guy's weird arm. You're not sure if it's arm.
I'll continue to help Emerald
Can,
over to the stables.
Yeah,
No,
continue.
you cannot. Sorry.
You can do Gustav.
I will bring Emerald over to the stable. And I imagine Paul will follow.
Indeedy.
But is Paul welcome there?
Come on, Paul. We need to go to the needy. Indeedy.
Right.
Jesus. So you're leading him to the stable.
Yes.
Okay. Eric, you're just kind of sitting in the stables looking after Teak and
Yeah.
Philia. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, after a bit, you see,
There'll be silent sobbing.
jeez. Okay, yeah, you're crying. You're crying by yourself in the stables, and after a few minutes, you hear the door kind of shift open, and through it
Eric will
comes.
jolt up and become more presentable.
Yeah, as you wipe the tears away, you see Gustav and Paul and who you recognize as Emerald come to the
He's
the
gonna
door.
look surprised when he sees Gustav, but then he's gonna look like his eyes are immediately gonna squint when he sees the other guy, and then he's
Emerald?
gonna go back to being surprised when he sees the elf dude.
So you just squint at Paul.
Yeah.
Paul, those two over there.
Okay. So I guess he goes over to Teak.
Eric's just gonna look so fucking angry.
And he'll look over Teak. Can he, like, does she look stable? Does she look...
No, she looks stable, but she looks like she's still kind of wounded.
There's some bandages tied in places that there's no need for bandages to be.
Yeah.
I rolled it. Yeah, I rolled a 13. Never mind.
Okay.
Well, that was me. That was me with my 4.
I mean, maybe he'll just, he'll kind of bring out his little, sun emblem. And then you see, like, he says a few words, but it doesn't actually do anything. And he just kind of uses stabilize just to stabilize the person. Yeah.
Okay.
During that, I'll be trying to make Emerald comfortable, like clear a space and stuff.
Eric is going to continue to look like he's gonna lose some brain cells in a second. Like, it's like
What is
bad
that
enough
like?
that this guy is like here, but now he's like touching his friends when like Eric was already like, no, they're stable, it's fine, they're fine. But now this motherfucker has to come in and touch his unconscious friends who are probably in danger. No, he is not happy.
And then the next he'll go over to Philia. And he'll kind of, I guess, do the same thing. He'll just be like, he'll just say, "May the Shining One guide you back," and do the same thing.
What a guy.
Oh, Eric is pissed.
That it.
Well, the bandages may not have been the best, but these two were...
Eric is gonna look even more pissed.
These two were stable. They just need time.
Eric's squinty face becomes even more squinty and scrunched up.
You were
Eric
sent
looks like
here.
he just ate a warhead.
You were sent here to help us, yeah?
Yes.
How exactly did you plan on doing?
Your
Well-
beat research.
Like I said, I have abilities which might be of use to you. Not many, but
Well, if it aren't many, it shouldn't take much time to tell us, son. Yeah? What can you do?
well, I can, like I've told you, I can heal the wounded. I
Yeah.
can,
I saw that. Didn't seem to heal him very much, now did it?
well, I didn't heal them.
Why is that?
I'm sorry. You want me to heal them? I thought you said there were others that needed it. These,
Yeah. Them.
Oh.
Those creatures out there, all those bodies on the floor, that's not even half what we seen around here. They could be coming any moment. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a... Okay. He kind of looks around. There's a church full of people here. These are the only people that need healing?
We was in the church. Only one alive is Emerald.
Okay, he'll go back to Philia,
Geek, good choice.
and he will cast a Cure Light Wounds.
Oh, cure light wounds on Teak, huh? Good idea. Philia's gone for half an hour. She'll be unconscious until she gets back.
Heals her to full. She still remains unconscious. You failed the spell. It's time to die.
So I guess Teak first.
It looks like, I mean, you did Philia first. I was just teasing.
Okay.
She was pretty badly wounded. You can some of her wounds get stitched up and stuff, but she is still unconscious. Just looks like she's in better shape though.
He holds the sun out again. He says, Lord of Sun, Light, heal this person. Cast it again.
You're doing it to Teak now, or to
Philia?
Okay. The hell just came back?
Eric.
Yeah, you hold out your token, your amulet of sunlight, and radiating from it is this pure white light as it washes over Philia's body. You can see her wounds are pretty well stitched up. And you can see, like, she kind of opens her eyes for a second, and they flutter for a moment, but she falls back to sleep. And she's in a pretty good place, though, right now.
Okay. I'll stand up, walk over to Teak, and same thing.
Double-digit heals over here.
Damn. Teak, you get 10 hit points back. Are you done working, Teak?
Teak hurt. Yeah, she's up.
Teak's back.
And I'm done with her.
She wakes up, breathing in deeply.
Welcome back, Teak.
Your other friend is okay. I think she just needs some rest.
Who? What happened? Who this? Where's zombies?
Eric's gonna sigh, and then he's gonna leave the room again.
Yeah, I mean, as you awaken, Teak, you can see around you, inside what appears to be the stable, and you see, like, sitting off in the corner by himself, Imral, the elven man. He looks pretty beat up and worn out. Philia's unconscious body is next to you, and then you see, not too far away, after you glance at Paul and everything, what also looks like the unconscious body of Cinder. Looks like he's really beat up, though.
Friends are hurt. Are you helping friends?
I nod to Teak. Yes, I'm here to help.
Take this is Brother Paul. He's come to help out. How you feeling?
Teak feel like out.
Teak, after you sit up and kind of get it together and your eye focus in a bit, you kind of look over Brother Paul as Gustav says his name, and you definitely make out what would appear to be the symbol of the New Dawn on his robes.
Teak's eyes immediately narrow in suspicion.
Is that your friend over there? The one that you said needs help? Looks to Gustav.
Yeah. But I imagine that's what we'll need your Eye Priest Fog for, yeah?
He stands up and then says to Gustav, You should have pointed him to me first. And then he walks over to Cinder, kneels down next to his body, and you can see he pulls out the emblem, and while kneeling there, you hear him kind of whisper to himself. Sounds like mumbles. And
As Teak sees this, she gets up as if to stop him, but she's also looking at Gustav at the same time.
And when he's done, he kind of holds the emblem out, and you kind of almost see for a split second it's kind of like the scene in The Lord of the Rings where Bilbo tries to drop the ring and it kind of sticks to his hand a little bit. So he does that and turns it sideways, and it just kind of sticks almost for a split second, and he clutches it again, and this faint kind of light draws from the emblem and down into Cinder's chest.
I mean, you guys see all this happen, but after the light kind of disappears into Cinder's chest, you don't really notice any change with it.
That's supposed to keep him safe until that other person comes.
He stands up. Like I mentioned, I can only delay the inevitable. Your friend has a few days before he will pass.
What?
Cinder. We lost Cinder, T, but we're bringing him. Paul's gonna help with that.
Cinder? Again? Why friends always... Antique's gonna leave to find Eric.
Don't go too far, T.
Okay, T kind of storms off outside in a fit of sadness, really. Paul, Brother Paul, would you make me a healing check?
Oh, I certainly can.
Okay, yeah, as you're using your magic on Cinder's dead body, you are also noticing a blight upon his corpse. It looks like he's been injected, I guess, in a sense, with negative energy. May somewhat soon transform him into one of the undead.
Ooh. I say to Gustav, I don't suppose your friend has been in contact with one of those sick disease-ridden Walking Dead?
I mean, probably, yeah, we all have.
I mean, yes, you've all fought. I noticed a significant wound on his neck. Different from the other ones. Like I said, my specialty is healing, not diseases and that sort of thing. But I have seen a few wounds in my time. That is definitely some kind of disease-ridden wound. I fear that the disease will take hold much sooner than my mentor can arrive here.
Alright, what do we do to fix that?
I mean, Paul, you're part of the New Dawn. You've had some not first-hand experience with stuff of this sort. I mean, there's text in the New Dawn tomes about the undead, and you've received some training on these in these regards.
I take everything back.
I mean, you're still not very sure. You have a little bit of knowledge. I'm just saying you have more knowledge than the common person would about the undead. It's still not something that is seen very often,
right.
But it's
I mean, could I try to do anything with this, or
with what?
like this knowledge, or?
Well, I mean, yeah, you have magics that help you with that stuff.
Do I? I don't think I've taken those.
Are you sure? Because I'm looking at one right now in your spell list.
I don't see it. I don't see what you're seeing.
Sanctify corpse.
Oh, really?
First level spell.
Is that what that does?
Glad to see our healers
Oh,
are
shit.
in perfect
Okay.
form.
Oh, yeah. Good. Well, hang on. How many fucking cure light wounds did I do? 1,
3.
2, 3. Yeah, I think there is something I can do. Thankfully, I haven't spent all my energy on healing. Stares at Gustav and turns back to Cinder. And we'll begin to cast Sanctify Corpse.
What's your sanctified corpse look like?
It's kind of similar to the Gentle Repose, except the instead of like the light going into Cinder, you kind of see like this this dark kind of energy draw out of him, and it gets consumed by the emblem.
Damn. You can see, Cinder's wound is still festering a bit, but it looks like it's a lot better for now.
Kind of breathes a bit. Turns up and looks to Gustav from his knees. This is no any chance. Well, sorry. What I've done here is not cured your friend. The undead energy still resides within him. But I have delayed it.
Alright. So, if we just delay it until this high priest gets here and they fix him right up, yeah?
I'm sorry, I wish it were that simple, but
There's a chance, right?
there is a chance that he has this ability. Like I said, I've never seen it done. I'm very curious. You've seen it done twice. How?
I'll look to Cinder. Does he look better in any way?
His wound doesn't look as bad. His body's still pretty beat up, but he is, seeming a little bit better. He doesn't look like he's diseased or anything. Like before, he had that like goo on and stuff, and it was kind of seeping out of his neck wound at the end. But he looks a little bit better, but he's not like perfect.
You've done us a good turn here, Paul. We haven't been kindest to you.
I'm only curious as to the teachings of such things. I've tried to study the text myself, but I can't make any sense of it all. I mean, if you've seen it done, well, it's fascinating to me. Somebody that heals people, to bring them back would be the ultimate gift.
Yeah, well, like I said one time, I wasn't there for that one, but we took Eric to a church. He'd fallen. Then
Man is just spilling all the tea.
Came back next day. Like it never happened. I imagine your church in New Dawn's no different yet. Sure, there's stories of people falling, coming back.
It's only
It's the
whispers.
gods, yeah?
Only whispers of such things, but which church was this? Where was this? I can't even begin to imagine who would have such power.
Not even your god. Ain't there a reason you chose them?
I mean, the Shining One is powerful, but this is something that I've just never seen. It's all rumors and whispers.
Well,
Was
stick with us, Paul. You'll get to see it. Look back over at Cinder. Shove it.
I hope so.
So I can rat you out to the New Dawn and have you killed.
Teak, you exit the stables, holding back tears. You see Eric kind of kicking the dirt out in the street. His head down.
Teak walks up. Eric.
Eric's gonna look over at her.
Cinder really gone?
You can see he's getting even more pissed off.
Eric is very angry.
Yeah, not sure if Teak would have learned others' emotional cues too well yet. And so, she is going to hug Eric and start crying.
Eric is gonna slap her away. And he's gonna yell like, "Don't touch me, Teak. You stink and you haven't had a shower in 2..." No. He's just gonna say, "Don't touch me, Teak."
But Cinder gone, and their guy, New Dawn, Teak thought he not like New Dawn, but he there. Teak confused. Teak hurt. And Teak
I think he's... Teak's what?
and Teak miss Cinder.
I think if you're looking at Eric, you can see he's getting like visibly even more fucking pissed off.
He goes into a blood rage.
He goes into a blood rage. If you miss Cinder, I'll send you to it. No. He's gonna look over at Teak. And even though he's so pissed off, he's gonna sigh and he's gonna be like, "Just go back inside, Teak. You can hug Gustav."
Teak not want to be inside. Not. Teak going to sigh and then walk off away from Eric, but not into the stables.
Damn, where you going, homie?
Into the zombie horde.
Yeah, she walks straight into the forest to die. I think she'll probably buy the stables, but not in. You know those crates that are like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go hide yourself off in the crates.
Yep.
laying down in the dirt.
To
and
have
the
her break
crying.
down alone again. The one
Yeah.
time she tries to reach out to someone and make a
It's
connection.
No, Eric's gonna sigh and follow her.
She gets slapped. So she goes and she crumples behind a crate and starts pitifully sobbing.
Eric's gonna follow her, but he's not gonna touch her. He's just gonna sit next to her and not say anything.
She rips her face into the dirt.
Eric really wants to say that's yeah, he's not gonna say anything. He's just gonna sit there.
And meanwhile, she'll be talking about all the good things she liked about Cinder.
Every time she mentions Cinder, he's gonna get more pissed off, but he's not gonna say anything.
About how he understood Teek's want to not take bath. About how he would never turn Teek into giant.
Eric is getting more and more pissed off all the time.
I feel like there's a lot of talk coming from Team Sad and there's a lot of action coming from Team Goose on the whole reviving Cinder front.
And then Teek also is going to, she's going to be very sad. They had almost become friends. They were able to read each other's minds for a time.
Yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
how close they had gotten.
It's a connection
There wasn't
Teek has
much
never
to
had.
read.
Yeah!
No one's ever read my mind before.
Yeah!
Eric's just sitting there thinking about how he said they were stabilized. They didn't need their help. Now they're asking for help from the New Dawn guy. The New Dawn guy that could probably kill them if he found out what kind of magic they all did. And the fact that Teek is complaining about losing Cinder when Eric was the one that had to choose to save her over Cinder. Yet she's mad about it.
Well, Teek doesn't know that. You should
Yeah,
tell
but
her. I'm
Eric
sure it'd
knows
make
that.
her feel great.
But
Eric's
no,
got a lot
Eric's
of
just gonna sit
pent-up
there and be
emotions.
pissed off.
Eric's having a real tough time.
Not only is he apparently useless now in the face of this New Dawn person with his magic healing spells, but Teek is sad.
Why don't you make me a bluff check there, Eric?
Eric will make a bluff check.
Like a will save.
He's just literally scowling. He's not even hiding it. He's just angry.
I like that
Eric-
too. Make me a will
Eric-
save.
Eric
will
doesn't
save?
have
Yeah.
a demon
The
arm.
more-
Eric has a demon face.
The more negative, the
Yeah,
more
I mean,
vibes that Eric gives off, the further Teek curls into the corner.
yeah, he's and he can't hide it at all. He's holding back, screaming and making a big show out of it, but he's not able to mask his emotions at all. He's just radiating this anger and hatred right now, just sitting next to you.
He's trying to sit next to Teek so that she's not crying by herself. This is the best thing he can do
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
try
you're-
and soothe her.
You're trying your best. And you're making it worse. Yes. No, trust me. I understand completely what's happening.
Yeah, because Teek doesn't know what's wrong, but she's just gonna assume the anger is at her for not being able to protect them well enough. So
The barn was supposed
Yeah.
to protect us. It was the barn's job to protect us, the stable's job. But no, you guys had to all run outside.
Yeah, Teek's the reason that her parents got divorced. So
Yeah,
that's what's happening right now. Okay. So, I mean, at this point, Teek is essentially just curled up in a ball, leaning in between one of the crates in the house or the stables, in the mud. And Eric's just kind of sitting there, fuming in silence as Teek sobs.
Yeah, and you guys can probably hear it from inside too, because it's not that far away.
Yeah, probably.
So
It's,
she's
a,
always
it's an
Teek's storm
ugly
out.
cry.
Yeah, yeah.
Patrick, are you back?
I am back.
No, you didn't say anything.
I was back for like a minute, and
okay.
all I heard was Teeks crying, and I was just like, I can't break this moment right now.
Okay, cool. I just didn't know if you're here long. So yeah, that's happening, and inside, Sid, or I don't know, it's called Paul and Gustav are having this discussion when Philia's eyes kind of flutter back open again, and Philia, you've been healed by Paul, but you were still pretty worn out, but you've finally awoken from your slumber. And the first thing you see is you're inside the stables. You see what looks like a pretty wounded and possibly unconscious, possibly worse, cinder body with an unknown man kind of leaning over his corpse with robes emblazoned with the crest of the New Dawn. Gustav is standing there talking to him. And in the corner of the room, you recognize the young elven male, Emerald, and he's pretty bruised and battered and beat up. And he's just got his head in between his legs and a somewhat rusted scimitar sword, like on the ground next to him. Not really moving or saying anything. It looks like a pretty dire situation, Philia, long story short.
Elia's gonna like try to catch the gaze of Gustav and just be like, what? And like through her eyes, just like look back and forth, like, who is he? What is he doing here?
Cinder was the one that could read your mind, not Gustav.
I know, she's trying to communicate through body language.
His intelligence is only 10.
Yeah.
There's
Perception is wisdom, and my wisdom is 7.
Even worse.
Make a linguistics check, Philia, to see how well you communicate your body language. Gustav. That's pretty good. I mean, Gustav, out of the corner of your eye, you see Philia kind of awaken, look around a bit, and after she gets her bearings, you see her eyes kind of go wide, and they're shifting between you and Paul. She looks confused.
Sort of hold up my hand. It's all right, Philia. Is here to help. This is Brother Paul.
hi, it's nice to see you finally awake.
Elia's just gonna be like, Gustav might have some mind magic on him. I'm impressed.
One of us, Philia. One of us.
One of us. One of us. He
Can I use,
is
like,
not
detect-
one of us.
Can I detect magic to be like, is there any voodoo happening within this area?
Sure. You use detect magic. What are you looking at?
I'll first look at Gustav, and then I'll do it again on Paul.
I mean, you can definitely see some magic radiating Gustav and from Paul.
Wait, what?
Any new magic on Gustav? Or just like the good old magic, the old monster hand magic.
I mean, it looks like
His
the
name
aura.
is the Butcher of Fire.
Looks like the aura of the monster hand has grown like larger. You can see it's kind of this dark, purpley cloud of like magic just looming over that arm that has grown.
There's no New Dawn magic on this boy.
No.
What about this new Paul?
I mean, you can see magic aura emanating from. Seems to be magically in tune.
Do we know that Billy is casting spells at us?
It's verbal, right? So, yes.
Let me see. Probably. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't say in the description whether it.
Oopsies. Let's look at it. Let's look that up.
Good morning, Philia. Abracadabra. Focus, focus.
Ophelia can say it softly. She can just be like, "What the fuck is this?"
There is a check for that. I don't remember what it is though.
It is verbal and semantic.
So yeah, you have to make a hand symbol and you have to say something. Which
Can I do that stealthily? Can we?
you can make a sleight of hand check. And then, I mean, I guess everyone else can just roll their perception for Paul and Gustav.
Don't see shit.
Perception.
Oh, Paul.
Oh, fuck.
Paul, you can see that she's using some sort of magic. If you'd like, you could make a spellcraft check to determine what it is. Oh yeah. You can tell that she's using a detect magic spell on you right now.
Okay.
But Gustav, it seems like Philly is acting a little strange, but nothing out of the ordinary. Mumble something to herself. Kind of brush it off. All right.
A day yet? How long has it been? In the morning? Long rest, short rest.
Oh, you have whatever hit points you got back from being healed by Paul. This is pretty shortly after the incident.
Alright, well, I better go check on the others, but I haven't seen any more of those undead gonna come. Might go for a bit of a walkabout, just make sure. Probably hold up here for the night. You alright with that, Paul?
Yes. I think I'll stay here and have a look around.
Where's the others?
As you ask that, you can make out the muffled sobbing of Teak. It's pretty loud. Sounds like it's coming from outside.
Philia will go outside cautiously with Willow.
Paul, you definitely notice that there is a floating buffalo with Philia. It's quite strange. And Philia, as you make your way outside, you don't see Teak but you do hear cries coming from the direction of the crates off to the side of the building.
Teak, you there? As Philia will wander to the crate.
Yeah, you wander over and you see Eric kind of sitting there with his arms crossed, looking pissed off. And Teak is just kind of curled up in a ball, crying, sobbing in the corner.
Philia will sit next to Teak and give a hug and try to pat her on the back and be like, it's okay, and look to Eric and just be like, what is glaring at the side, what's happening?
As soon as Philia gives her some physical reassurance, which is all she wanted from the hug, Teak shall be half in Philia's lap sobbing and then half on the floor. And she sat down. She's kind of half curled up on Philia, still crying and sniffling.
It's not all over your clothes, Philia.
Oh yeah, I'm zombie goo, but it's alright. I'm in distress. I'm in distress.
It's fine. Philia will grab like some honey from her like hive, press to digitize it to like harden it, and like here Teak is like a little candy.
Are you trying to like Snickers Teak right now? You're not you when you're hungry. Here, eat
Pretty much what it seems like. She's force feeding you honey.
You know, like when your kid's crying, you give them candy. I don't know how to. You say it's okay, you give them a lollipop.
Your poor buffalo's just staring at you. Rip all the honey from its brethren's hive.
Finger, okay?
And
Last time.
feed it to Teak.
And you don't know, but it's holding a grudge.
Yeah, it thinks about how hard it worked to get all that honey for you.
I'm a fucking
rip it off.
ecosystem. Where did that pollen come from? From the forest that Felia's working back, okay?
But yeah, Teak will accept the candy. But she will still be crying, but it'll be like, you know, like crying, and then she pauses to like suck on the candy, then cry, and then pause and suck on the candy.
Filia will continue looking at Eric. Speaking with her eyes. What's happening here?
I think
Eric is not looking at
ignoring
you, mate.
Yeah. Eric's just mad.
Eric not want to talk. Eric mad.
Eric, what's going on? Why is there a Church of New Dawn sitting with Gustav? What's happening here?
Eric's gonna like look over at her, and you can see he's like trying to like get himself to talk. Like his eyeballs are twitching, like he's like so fucking angry he just cannot be bothered to like verbalize his fucking words. And the fact that he tried to get Gustav to ignore the Church of the Dawn, and I feel like what the fuck is that Church of the New Dawn doing in there? He's just like, his rage is increasing.
Make another willpower save.
No.
Kill them all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough. I think Eric might just finally explode.
Do I have
With-
to like
with anger.
explode with everything, or just the question that she asked?
No, like fireball.
You can
whole
explode however you'd like. You can just snap at her or whatever, but it seems like you're having a tough time keeping your emotions under control. What's your question?
What did Philia ask him?
What's that New Dawn person doing?
I think she said something like, "What's going on?" or something, and then she said, "Who's the New Dawn person?" Right?
Yeah. Question. I have touch treatment, which will help my ally shake a harmful mental condition that affects their mind.
It's not
Eric,
applicable. Not applicable in this situation.
Okay.
With fear or anger.
Eric's gonna look over at Philia and be like, "Why don't you ask Gustav? Since no one seems to care about my opinion anyway, why don't you go back to that stupid fucking stable and stay in there for 5 goddamn minutes?" And then he's gonna like stand up and leave.
Eric storms off.
Do we inside the stable hear that?
Probably. The walls aren't very thick or anything. You just hear it kind of like it's muffled, so maybe you can't make out every word that he's saying, but you can definitely hear him kind of raising his voice and yelling and storming off.
Okay.
Teak, say Eric mad.
Hey, Teak, it's okay. It's like Philia will like continue comforting Teak and just like look at and just what do I do to Eric?
If you painful stare, I will fucking I fucking implode.
His back is turned. Now your stance. Philia.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. That's how Philia dies. Eric goes insane after getting hypnotic stared and then like rips the ring off Philia and just murders her.
Yes, I'm waiting.
Okay, we'll just use our words. We need to use words.
He'll just like rip the ring off Philia. Since you're so ready for death, I'm just gonna give this to Cinder instead.
Philia doesn't know that Cinder died!
She does.
When Brother Paul hears Eric say that, I guess he kind of looks towards Gustav and says, "Your friend doesn't seem to like me very much. Any reason for that?"
Yeah, well, some members of the church have killed a few of our friends, tried to kill a few more.
Oh.
We can talk about that a bit more later. Sure, we'll have lots to discuss over the few days we're waiting. But
Right.
I think I might need a better friend right now. You alright?
Yes, I'll put my work here to use. I'm sorry if I've caused you any further grief.
Done a lot for us in a very short amount of time, Paul. Thank you for that.
You're most welcome.
Give him a nod, and I try to hunt down Eric.
As you walk out of the barn, you get hypnotic stared by Philia. And then you make your way off to find Eric.
And kill him.
Yeah, I mean, you exit the barn.
Screaming. He'll attract the zombies.
Eric hasn't gone far. He's just kind of like stomped off in the direction of the town or whatever. You can see him in the distance. Are you saying you were sitting by the well? Is that what you're trying to say? Who's pinging the well? What the hell's going on here? Teak? Are you gonna go drown yourself in the well? Is that what you're playing?
No. It's,
That would have been cool.
just like clicking things.
Gustav has followed Teak's orders and with his heavy armor and weapon cannot swim. Sinks to the bottom of the well and drowns. Yeah, Eric is kind of storming off towards the town. You see him off in the distance. You gonna chase him down?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you rush towards Eric to get his attention and chase him down. And before we continue that conversation, take our break here. It's been 2 hours.
Cool.
What time you gotta leave today, Ava?
Like, I can technically stay till 8, but I got something else starting right at 8, so I'd like at least like a half hour to sort of bridge the gap, you know?
You doing?
I'm actually DMing another game.
What?
If
What
you
game?
It's the Japan Crew one.
Cheating.
How's it going?
you're choosing to DM a game for those guys instead of play ours?
Too cool to
Activated.
No,
DM
like
a
we-
game for us, huh?
We scheduled Friday so that it wouldn't disrupt Dragonfire camp.
Too cool to DM a game for us.
I'm tired of DMing.
Couldn't even bother inviting us to your other game.
So he's tired of DMing.
I guess we're not Japanese enough.
You don't have the
Wait, you're
Japanese
more than
hookups.
Japanese enough, you freaking weeb.
Damn.
That's ninja way.
I need to get some food, so I'm just gonna take the L on this one. I'll be right
Well,
back.
well, in the words of every Telltale game, we'll remember this. Nathan.
Oh, dude.
next
And I
to
never
die.
forget. So far, every member has died except Gustav because. Wait, no, I jumped in the way. Never mind.
Teak hasn't
That's
died. She's just been knocked unconscious multiple times.
You almost died.
I
She's,
did almost die. Does that count though?
Yes, it counts to me.
she's been inches within death.
You're
Yeah.
making my character turn evil, just the way I wanted him to.
You see, I don't know. Do you guys think Eric would have reacted the same had it been Teak who died and Cinder who lived?
Of course.
Yeah, I think it's just that the New Dawn person's here. I missed on like 30 minutes span,
It's
so I
not
don't.
just, it's the fact that he had to choose, and you guys are still like not listening to him. Or you never
We
listened to
don't-
him in the first place.
Well, Ophelia asked you for your opinion, and you were just like, nobody cares about my opinion right
It's
now.
already too late. Plus, his opinion was we should have all stayed in the stupid stable.
Also, I'm just saying.
Eric's opinion was to run,
That's true.
And we would
Yeah.
have been safe.
and we all would have lived happily ever
I'm
after.
agreeing with Eric on this one. We should have just left these hosts.
There was only one person who wanted to stay, and Teak needed to stay to make sure that one person did not perish, for he is part of her crew.
And now he's dead.
It would have been a character for Philia to leave, but like, if enough people were gonna leave, it's not in Philia's character to risk herself.
She would only risk
Yeah.
hands, yeah.
Gustav, Eric, and Teak were just like, I'm out, and Philia would have been like, KK, you gotta return back to a kingdom, can't be hiding here.
I'm just going to sit there and be angry and enjoy my angry roleplay.
Okay, BRB, I'm gonna go get food.
Man,
I'll
this
be right
is
back as
what-
well. Go ahead.
This is like mental breakdown 3 for Teak. Testrian, Philia. Oh no, wait, this is mental breakdown number 4. she's, no, she's on a roll.
Okay, cool. I'll be right back.
have returned.
Welcome back.
What's up, freaks? Oh, I see a bunch of people still aren't back.
I'm back.
Yeah. But then there's Goofy Gus is all muted, and Eric and Teak.
I'm around.
Damn.
And our friends never came back, so Teak and Philia got mauled by zombies.
Yep. Guys are just there. You died holding each other.
Oh, welcome back, Abel.
He's all back.
Everyone but Eric and Fisty?
Okay. I'm not actually back.
Wow.
Are you waiting for your eggs to cook?
Yes.
I already had my egg for the day.
How foolish of me. I did not know your schedule.
Those have moved to the morning. They used to be an evening thing.
Ah.
Like now you're making oatmeal or something?
No, oatmeal was more something that my dad would always make, and it would take me like hours to eat it for some reason.
Because oatmeal's not that good.
Maybe there was just so much of it, and it's so like filling. And I have this weird thing where I have to chew my food really thoroughly, so it just took forever.
What a freak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that's like the opposite of me. I could probably inhale my food if I was really trying. I think that's might be an Asian thing, right, Patrick? Did your parents, like, I don't know. My family was always big on just like, not necessarily eating fast, I guess. But yeah.
Well, I went to daycare, so if I didn't eat fast, I wouldn't get seconds. And I was a hungry child.
It was was born early. I guess it's maybe because I had 3 brothers. I don't know, but something happened.
That's probably what it is.
If you don't eat fast, you don't eat. Quickly, go.
Yeah, my middle sister was like, eats super fast. Because everyone younger would always try and get her food, and then older sister would try and take her food too.
Yep, I feel like that's probably what ended up happening. That and my parents also, for some reason, would always get us to compete against each other, right? Like, oh,
Damn.
who can who can take their shower first? Be like, fuck you, I'm taking my shower first. Mom and Dad love me.
Good way to get your children to hurry up and take a shower. Oh, Fisty! Zion! Where are you?
Damn it, Reggie's at it again.
I know. 30-minute breaks now for Reggie, for old Reginald.
Reggie. Give that dude what's for.
The day he's old enough to play a D&D game, it's all over.
Yeah. He's
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
have to get back at
obliterated.
him. Yeah. He's
I
having,
have returned.
welcome back.
Thanks.
He's having the worst first session ever.
Oh, yeah. You guys are level 1, adventuring out of the first village. A red dragon appeared. And it's only targeting Reginald.
Reginald's like, I walk out of my house and down the stairs. Roll an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
You roll a crit 20, you die.
I attempt to breathe so I can stay alive. Roll a fortitude save.
Intelligence check. Poor Reginald. First we kill your father, and then we kill your character.
Yeah.
Don't play
All
Cinder's child.
He's only like, how old is he now? Like a few weeks old, and he's already like dying in D&D. What a legend! It took me 21 years to die in D&D. Yeah, oh my
That's
god.
true. Knock, knock.
Oh yeah, did I tell you guys about the argument I had with my roommate? It's
No,
Abel.
pray tell.
So,
Abel? You had an argument with Abel?
no, but it's Abel related. Do you need a recipe to boil an egg?
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's just a matter of being able to tell when they're done, right?
Yes. So this person fills the pot to the brim with water,
Oh no. They
places 2 eggs that like the water spills over. Still doesn't see a problem with anything. Boils it. It gets everywhere. And then I was just like, this is a problem. Can we fix this? And he's like, the recipe told me that I needed that much water. And you didn't have a pot. And I was just like,
Oh my god, the recipe was like 6 cups of water, and he was like, great, I'll put it in this tiny ass pan.
But like, I hated. He was also just like, well, you didn't have a pot large enough, and I was just like, why are you? How is this my
Yeah, 'cause
fault?
I'm not trying to boil eggs. Fuck up. Get your own pot.
He put 6 cups of water into 1 cup of water.
Oh wow. Talent. He just kept spilling it. Were the eggs good though? Like, did he like them?
No, he like, you know how the middle is supposed to be just a little bit jammy. He overcooked them. He overcooked the boiled egg.
No, but
Well-
then you just like cut it in half and put some salt and pepper on it, and it's like amazing. Just eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
Do you guys boil your eggs so that they're still a little like almost like soft boiled? Is that how you guys do them?
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Oh,
that
okay,
was
okay.
a problem. He also didn't put any salt in the water, so like they tasted like nothing. And
Why don't you just season them afterwards?
you can do that also, but he also didn't do that. So like he made a mess. Blamed
Oops,
my
in there.
pot. And he
I
didn't
would
even
blame your
make
pot,
the egg.
to be honest. Your weed
Your
is the
pots
worst.
don't have any flavor built in. Why not your pot?
How did you go 19 years through life and still don't know how to boil an egg?
You're 19?
Yeah, I'm
I
still
forget
19.
Patrick's a kid. Now I feel like I'm bullying him all the time.
Yeah. Why do you think I keep on calling y'all boomers?
Oh my god, Patrick's a child. Is he legally allowed to be playing D&D
I'm
right
back.
now? Welcome back. How's Reginald?
He's good. He just woke up.
Hi, Reggie. Oh my god, you're so cute.
He had a stretch. And then he sat there trying to do a poop.
Wow.
Oh, he sat there?
Wow.
That's so iconic.
Exciting times.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Satan, how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
I don't know. Mid-20s?
39.
I'm literally mid-20. I'm 25.
She's gonna be
Oh, okay.
26 this year.
Don't expose me, Ray.
I'm excited
Oh my
for
God.
your birthday.
I
It's
was
July
21 when I met Abel and Visick. Right?
1st. Wow.
They've put up with me for 5 years.
That's sad.
And you did
Wow.
it too because you secretly love me. It's not a secret when you played D&D with me for 5 years, Visick. We're
I've
like
known Fisty
besties.
for like 12 years.
And he put up with you? Damn, Fist, you're amazing. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be a great dad.
Okay.
Fist, you just ignoring my compliments, but okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I was
He was taking care of his child.
yeah.
You know, like a father
Clearly, I'm
does.
not right.
I was being a great dad.
Yeah, you do that, Fisty.
All right. So, Eric had just stormed off in anger towards the town, and Gustav has jogged up to him to catch up. Go.
Yeah. Could we hold off like 5 more minutes?
What the fuck? You're still making your food?
We can just ask. We can just check on Feely and Teak if you want.
I would love that.
What the fuck food are
That's
you
just
making?
gonna be Teak cries, Philia comforts. That's
Yeah,
it.
they're just
What
crying
next?
over there.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
can
guys
make
sure you
food
want
for
to
each other.
throw away this beautiful moment you guys could be having?
I want to know what food you're making.
It's a sort of personal concoction that I call vegan hamburger casserole for one.
Feels gross.
Vegan
Put in it.
hamburger casserole.
Are you a vegetarian, Abel?
Ish.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
will-
he's vegetarian, but not by choice. He just
Like-
doesn't buy meat.
Like, I'll eat meat, but only when it's like offered to me, because I hate saying no to food. But, like, I try not to pay for meat, because
Why?
that way I can pretend to be like socially conscious while at the same time
I
eating
love
meat.
pretending to be socially conscious.
Yeah.
You're like,
Abel,
oh wow, is this
I'll
a
fly to Canada and buy you some meat, dude.
progress?
And then you put it in your freezer, and then someone will come to your house. And they'll be like, "Is that meat in your freezer?" You'll be like, "Someone came from overseas and gifted it to me. I couldn't say no. They were a bitch."
Oh, you
And
can
there'll
buy
be like
like
a picture of me next to the food
so do you
with a
buy
knife.
do you
Sorry,
like
sorry,
buy
Ray.
free range do you buy like free range eggs and stuff like that too?
Oh, no. Not a saint.
Oh.
I'm a fake progressive dog. I buy the cheapest eggs. I wish that, they weren't so tempting and cheap. But it's like you look at, $2 for 2 dozen eggs, or like freaking $17,000 for a single egg. Like, no, man.
Abel, they're not $17,000. I don't know what kind of egg shop you're going
This
to.
is Canadian prices.
I
So
was gonna
that's
say,
like
I'm pretty sure it's like $2 for regular eggs, and it's like $4 for free range eggs. I mean, it is an
Abel's,
increase.
losing it.
Yeah. I feel like, but I understand because sometimes I'd be like, Walmart's an evil corporation. It's also the closest thing to me.
You think that your goodness only lasts an extra 5-minute walk.
That
It's
sounds
also been
right.
me with Amazon during this pandemic. I was
Oh,
like, Amazon sucks, and then I'm just like, what? Delivery?
Dude,
You're the reason why he's almost a billionaire. Just you alone.
He's already a billionaire. He's almost a
Sorry, I meant
trillionaire.
trillionaire. I meant trillionaire. So
You
you
can't
know,
even get your facts right.
so you know that he's almost a trillionaire, yet you still do. Oh my god, you're a fucking criminal.
Fight the system, not the individual.
I will fight you right now. I will fight
Let's
Philia
look
right
at
now.
the systematic structures that allows for a trillionaire instead of blaming the individual consumers that just want to live their life to their fullest. Let's blame the system, okay? Satan.
Wow, are you defending
I'll
yourself
put the
against
system
my
on trial.
outrageous claims?
You know,
Is your food done yet, Abel, or what?
In the iconic words of Rage Against the Machine, fuck the system.
Patrick doesn't know what Rage Against the Machine.
I don't
No,
know what
I
Rage
don't.
Against the Machine means either.
What it means?
it's just
It's a band, not what
Yeah.
it means.
Yeah, clearly I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know.
Dear God.
What can I say except I'm out of the loop? I'm growing sad, Eric.
sad. More you mean like pissed off?
Yes. Same
Eric-
thing right now, to be
Eric
honest.
doesn't know how to express his emotions, so he's getting
Yeah.
angry, sad. Abel?
How's that
Abel?
vegan beef? Vegan vegan
think
vegetarian meal?
I
How's
don't
your
think he has
hamburger
it.
helper, Abel?
it's so good. It will be done in 2 minutes.
Wait, you know
Oh,
what? I'm gonna take this chance to refill my water bottle. I'll be right back.
look what you've done, Abel.
Blame Abel.
See, now that I'm not the last one, it's Zion's fault.
No, you did this.
Okay, well, it was a weak argument, so I wasn't expecting to win that one. But I guess I can
You're not
describe what
supposed
it
to drop
actually.
that fast.
Life's too short, man.
I'll be Abel's representation. Well, what he actually did was allow an opportunity for a fellow human to nourish their own body with water, which is very important in these desperate times that people stay hydrated. So what he did was provide not only the opportunity, but now he's also not the latest one. I rest my case.
Please do. He's wasting more time than him getting. You're on the chopping block now.
So my trick Satan's not even back yet.
Well, I did have 2 minutes, so depending on how close that water is, she might still beat me, you know?
Sorry.
If you really
For
want,
10 minutes to walk out of her bed.
if you really wanted more minutes, Abel, I can grab water and I keep my water in my car. So.
Why do you keep it in your car?
What?
No, it's more of a matter of I don't have any more water in my house, and I keep a case of water in the back of my car.
Can you like not?
Yeah,
Like,
because my parents always did.
Can you not drink the tap water where you are?
Oh, yeah, I could, but I could also get water from the back of my car.
Why don't you get a filter?
Oh, yeah. I could also get a filter, but I still have my car water. It does not negate.
Will you
buy
buying?
cases of water?
No, but I still have a case of water. If I had a filter, I would not.
Oh, so you just drink tap water?
If I had a filter, yeah, I probably would just drink tap water.
I don't even need to use a
I feel like you're
filter.
dodging the question here. So what you're saying is you regularly buy cases of bottled water, and that's what you drink water for.
Oh no! Well, not cases of water. I drink like gallons. Like I buy.
You buy like gallons at a time.
Yes, and then I have one case of water that stays in the back of my car.
That's rough, buddy.
Why?
But I
Why do you
buy-
do this to yourself?
My parents always kept a case of water in the back of the car, and if we were on a road trip, and we were like, "I'm
Well,
here."
that's one thing, but I mean, why are you only getting gallons of water?
Surely a filter would be cheaper in the long run.
What do you
I don't.
mean?
It just seems like a hassle to go out and buy like a gallon jug of water. How long does a gallon of water last?
Well, it depends, because like my roommate doesn't drink water; he exclusively drinks soda. So.
Oh my god! How can you even?
Are you guys
live
okay?
like that?
He's all right. Yeah, he seems
No, he's
fine.
not internally.
Does he have the diabetes?
No, I don't know.
Diabetes, that fetus. What?
He's rather like he's still like rather thin, despite the fact that he only drinks like soda.
Soda.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
that's what my cousin used to do. Instead of water, he would go over and pick up a tiny one of those really small Coke cans and drink that as his water. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm thirsty. Time for Coke.
yeah, and he'll. But I lied because sometimes he'll also do juice or sweet tea.
Isn't sweet tea just sugar and water?
And tea, yeah, but mostly sugar. Yeah.
You don't call that tea, mate.
Who
It's
drinks
just
sweet
sugar
tea?
syrup.
My
Her
roommate.
roommate, his name is
Ah.
Quentin.
Is he
Yeah.
a sweetie?
No,
Well, no.
not
I-
for Ray at least.
No. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever heard him, but sometimes he comes into my room and he'll randomly turn off my light and he'll be like, "You look prettier this way," and then walk.
So he is sweet.
Yeah. In his own way.
It's just crazy to me, the whole thing, because I guess I'm the opposite. I drink like nothing but water, so
Yeah,
I
same.
drink
Same.
like more than half a gallon of water a day. So I'd go
okay.
insane if I only had gallon, because I have like multiple filters.
Oh
'Cause-
yeah. I see where you're coming from. No, it's gotten worse. Like I've needed to buy more and more water now that I'm at home. But at work, there's like water fountains and everything. So when
I
I was
guess
at
that makes
work,
more
it was a
sense.
lot easier. Yeah. But at home, I will buy like, I don't know, 3 or 4 gallons at a time and it'll last me, like week and a half.
I get you a water filter home.
I know, I
Yeah.
probably should. So much better for the environment.
I don't know, maybe you've had the same experience, but I found like, because I drink so much water, if I drink Coke, like the proper Coke, not Coke Zero, like Coke, it fucking knocks my socks off. Like, I'm just like, boom!
That actually happened to me when I had that happened to me when I had one of those Bundaberg root beers the other day. because I like never drink soda, and the Bundaberg ones are like super sweet. I mean, they're good, but they have a
Yeah.
lot of sugar in them.
They do.
And I drank it, and I was like, "Whoa!" I'm getting like an energy buzz off of this root beer. All
Yeah.
this sugar is like injected straight into my veins. Abel's your food.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, Gustav confronted Eric. Not confronted.
Wait, he did?
Yeah,
like-
you were storming off into the town, and he kind of rushed up behind you, stopped you.
Hold up, Eric. Where you going?
He's just gonna look at Gustav. And then he's just gonna turn his head away.
Music, please.
I just put it on.
Oh.
I'm going for a walk.
Listen, before you do, I feel I should say some things. I know that the Church of New, we can't trust them, but we've lost Cinder, and our best bet at bringing them back is this Brother Paul fellow right now. I know you said we'd find something else, but to be perfectly honest, we don't know what that is. We don't know how we got you back, really. We don't know how we brought Philia back, really. We don't know.
Do I have to do a willpower check?
To
You
not
wanna
get
take
angry?
me
I
out?
mean, yeah, how angry are you right now? I don't know.
He's very
10 hit
angry.
point glory.
Yeah, if you wanna leave your reaction down to another willpower save. Also, if I could just correct you, Gustav, his name is actually Borther Paul, according to roll 20. So,
Wait a minute, how
From
come
now
his
on-
token changed back to Cinder? His name changed to Brother Paul.
Wait, okay. That's so weird.
Borther Paul. Oh, no.
Border.
I changed it to
Don't know what you're
Borther.
talking about.
More
I
like
hate
Father
Brother Paul.
Paul.
First name
Yeah, he is
Border,
quite a
last
bother.
name Paul.
All right, roll that will save, homie. Oh yeah, you're still just like fuming. You've boiled over now.
Oh no. Let me think of how he's gonna respond.
Eric takes out his gun.
I need to think of something angry.
Punch that motherfucker.
I think. Oh wait, let me. I wanna say something angry. I need to think.
No filter. Just channel your inner Eric. Go.
Exactly.
Eric's gonna slap Gustav's hand away. He did try and stop him, like by touching him, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then he's gonna say, "Now you're telling me how to heal? Why don't you go back into your berserk mode? Aren't you better at killing?"
Where's this coming from?
He's just gonna sigh, "Leave me alone," and then he's gonna like try and walk off.
Eric is not safe.
It was safe inside the stable. But where were you guys? Oh right, outside. I don't think you care about safety. And then he's gonna like try and run off again.
Eric! Bloody hell.
He's gonna like stick up a middle finger as he's walking away.
Damn. Throws you the bird and says berserk.
Gustav throws his organ grinder and cuts off his middle finger and his head.
I don't think I can do that when I'm not all crazy.
Oh, I got excited.
I can do it if I want. It's not like I'm tapped for the day.
Do it. Just kidding.
I could totally do it. I just don't want to.
Sure.
I think Eric's gonna walk over to the church.
Okay. I mean, you kind of storm off towards the church, and as you get closer to the door, the first thing you notice is the smell from inside. You know, smell of blood and decaying flesh.
He's gonna like cover his nose and like walk inside. Make sure he's not touching anything.
It's pretty dark in there. Once you get in, it's hard to see unless you have some sort of light source.
I think he's just gonna
Brave the
anything he can,
darkness.
I mean, he's gonna squint. I'm hoping it's dark enough that like, if his eyes get used to it a little bit, like he'll be at least be able to like see some kind of like dark shapes.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Okay. Perception.
Yeah, I mean, I think after some time, put your hands over your eyes and give them some time to adjust as you're walking through. And eventually your eyes adjust, and out of the kind of darkness, you can see outlines of figures on the ground that look like bodies, and some rubble and stuff.
So like, are all the patients like dead?
I mean, that would require further investigation.
I'd like to investigate this building and see if everyone's dead.
You can. The thing is, it's dark enough in there that you can make out the shapes of their bodies, but it's hard to make out specific details on them.
No, I don't want to see if they're like zombified or like if they're bleeding and shit like that. Like, he's just gonna like literally walk around the entire place and like see if he can hear anything, any movements. He might call out every now and then.
Oh, okay. So you're just like exploring for people
Yeah.
that could still be alive. Sure.
Because he didn't realize everyone was dead.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's dark and you're kind of wandering through the church, stepping over things. Sometimes you bump into a body you didn't see on the ground. But I mean, you spend some time searching and no
Like,
one.
he'll probably be like, "Hey, is anyone here?" Like,
Yeah, no one seems to answer your calls.
he's even more angry. It's just starting to get depressing now.
It's pretty bad. Gustav, what are you doing?
When I see Eric go to the church, I'll slowly like approach it as well. Just look back to the stables, make sure no one else is running off somewhere. And but if I can, I'd like to pick up a light source, whether it be like a lantern or just like a torch from outside the church, because I know I can't see in there.
Yeah, there's some like sconces with flame on them out there that you could take.
Grab one.
Okay, yeah, you grab one off the wall. Eric, as you're looking over some of these bodies and calling out, eventually the floor underneath you is illuminated slightly, and behind you you see Gustav standing there with a sconce in his hand.
I think he's just gonna look over at Gustav. And then he's just gonna like turn away. He is sobbing.
He's crying now. Pathetic.
He's a very pathetically sad man right now.
Gustav, you see this grown man-child.
Emphasis on man, child.
If only his father Owain was here.
Yeah, Wayne's not afraid to cry.
That's why. That's where Eric gets it from. Manly tears of a Wayne.
No, your tears are different.
Yeah, my tears are of a little bitch.
I'll
Good
just
stuff.
give him the moment. I feel my words aren't doing much good right now.
Yeah, you give him the moment, and he, kind of sobbing there as eventually he
Wipes off his face.
wipes his face or gives in. I don't know which way are you going.
He's gonna try and wipe his face and then just like continue crying.
Okay.
Because he's covered in smelly dead body smells and he's like, oh, this is even worse.
That's why he's
Yeah.
crying. It's just so dirty in here.
The smell's going into my
He
eyes.
tries to wipe away his tears and hide his feelings, but then after he does, his tears come rolling back out again as he falls down on the ground next to one of the church pews.
Go over to him. Kneel down. Eric, I don't know what I can say. Things are real bad right now. You're right. We definitely messed up. But we can't change what's happened. We have to look to what we can do now. Right now, we need to be safe, and we need time, and we need to get Cinder back. I want you there with us for that.
Eric's like sitting position is like he's squatting on the ground, but his like head is hanging between his knees. And
So
like
you're
his arms are like over his
fetal
head.
position, standing.
Yeah, but like he's like not laying down, like he's sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're sitting up. Sitting fetal position.
he's gonna like nod his head.
I'll extend a hand.
Oh, he's not looking at you. Like he's just literally just nodding his head. Like he gets it. Like he.
Okay.
Sounds like Gustav extends his hand to you, anyways.
Yeah, I
Well,
guess
he
if he
can't
doesn't
see it,
seem
so.
to immediately notice it, I'll just put it on his shoulder. We come back, Eric.
Eric will nod again.
Alright. Let's go.
Like he'll stand up, and he'll like do that one thing where like you wipe your face and you just like sniff a lot, and you're like, and then he's not really gonna say anything, but he's just gonna like look up, like and sigh. Whew.
Damn. Eric gets it together. And eventually you two exit the church. You've given up on the temple.
Yeah, I couldn't find anyone, right?
Nah. So yeah. Teak and Philia, you guys see from the distance, Eric and Gustav head back towards the stables, walking, kind of staggered, looking a little grim. What's
Moral of
everybody
this-
doing?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. You want to say something?
I was gonna say moral of the story: don't help anyone because they'll die anyway.
There you go. Yes. Sorry. So what's everybody doing?
I think once Teak sees Gustav and Eric start walking back, she'll try to collect herself off of Filia's lap and then say, we should probably go in stable.
It's ironic that the only one in the stable is not stabilized. Cinder.
Jesus.
And Brother Paul.
He's gonna
Brother
murder
Paul.
Cinder while we're not looking.
And
Left
Emerald.
alone so that he can take his place. Brother Paul.
With you out of the picture, all of my plans are finally going back.
He preserved Cinder's body so he can transfer his consciousness into it. But yeah, after Teak says that, she'll slowly get up and then go back into the stable. Probably sit by Cinder's body and do something awkward, but Teak like maybe pet his head, his dead head.
She
Okay.
offers it leaves and starts
what-
pouring dirt onto it. We must bury
She's
him right here.
Yeah, she's like,
What's everybody
No.
else doing?
I would like to herd everyone back in, so if there's a straggler, I will go to them.
Philia
He
will,
barks.
while like Teak walks away, Philia will just like quickly prestidigitize the snot areas clean and like dry things off, and then like walk in, trying to be semi-presentable.
Gotta love
You do
King
your
Tut's
best,
music.
but you've got wounds and cuts and all that on your clothes. So they're a little roughed up still. Yeah, you're looking a decent bit better. So, Paul, what is Paul just kind of sitting in there when everyone comes back in?
He farted on Cinder.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of just looking around, assessing the situation, seeing if anyone else needs help with wounds and stuff.
And the only other person would be Emerald.
Oh.
So that's the only other person there.
Did everyone in the church die? Is that what happened?
that's what's been heavily implied, yeah.
It seems that way.
Right.
Should we burn the church?
Then,
Sure.
yeah, I
Nothing
guess he's just kind of
revives.
there, sitting. Maybe he'll go over and have a quick chat with Teak.
Okay. Yeah, you see Teak, who's kind of plopped down next to Cinder's dead body and is, I don't know, like putting twigs on him and stuff. I don't know. Doing weird things.
But they show she cares.
Yeah. She's obviously, like, very upset doing this to help.
Paul will just notice this, and then instead of interrupting, he'll just leave her.
At least the wolves won't attack Cinder's dead body now.
That's true.
Philia still doesn't know Cinder be dead. Philia's just gonna look at Teak like messing around with the sticks on top of Cinder. And it looks like she cares. So I'll just be like, this is Teak's version of medicine. I've read about that in a book. And then like Philia will just like, what will Philia do? Philia's out of her disguise, so this man can see her as like a Gathlin. But like
Correct.
he doesn't seem to be like reacting much.
Yeah, Paul seems pretty stoic.
We're just gonna like stretch out our wings, give Pip some food, give Willow some food, mend clothes wherever she can.
So, I mean, pretty much, are you guys gonna try and get arrested now? Like, what's your plan here?
Oh shit, we're still sleepy time. Yes, Philia will get some sleep.
Okay, what about everybody else?
Teak will adorn twigs and decorate Cinder's body until sleep also. Like if she gets once she gets too tired and too hurt, she shall just lay down and sleep next to her fallen friend.
Okay.
I will
Paul,
also take a fat nap,
Eric.
but not
Okay,
here.
Eric's taking a nap. Oh, where are you taking?
I don't know, mate. I'm trying to think of a way where they can sleep, but this Church of the New Dawn guy can't stay with them.
Just
Oh,
like go in
wow.
one of the other stalls in the stable.
Yeah, he's gonna take his poisonous animals and he's gonna go sleep in a stall.
Okay.
We'll sing a happy bedtime song.
I'll kill
Gustav,
Ophelia before I go to
Paul,
sleep.
Um,
What happened to the music?
I guess
keeps
Paul.
glitching out.
I guess Paul will have another chat with Gustav. He seems to be the only one that is capable of speaking. How's your friend doing out there?
They're all back inside now, right?
Yeah, Eric's in another stall. But I mean, we know what he
Right.
means.
Oh, I think he's alright. It's not nothing to lose a friend. Not to mention everyone at the church. Whole reason we was here was to try and protect him. Didn't turn out the way we thought.
Oh. Well, I don't know what you plan to do next, but I can help you.
I appreciate that, Paul. If you don't mind, why were you sent to help us? Why that fella want you to protect?
Well, like I mentioned before, I don't know.
Just following orders.
Right.
I know that used to do nothing but that. It was simpler.
Yeah, I suppose.
Why you follow church anyway?
Well, they do a lot of good. My mentor pulled me off the streets, took me in, taught me the ways, brought me into his faith. I guess this is just my way of repaying everything the church has done for me.
It's the first good story of the church I've heard.
Hmm. I know there's a lot of stories and a lot of things that maybe the church has done or does that people might not agree with. But there's always two sides to a story, yeah?
Right.
I'm sorry about
So
your friends that you mentioned before,
Yeah, well,
for what it's worth.
for all I know, it was just some bloody grunts what done it. Maybe they were out of line, yeah.
Yeah. He just kind of nods.
How many days you say we'll be waiting for this high priest?
Well, I think when Bralus, Inquisitor Bralus, gets word to the High Priest, he said he would be sending him this way. So, not entirely sure, but at least a couple days.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess in the meantime we should look around and find out what's going on here. If that's what you want to do, of course. I mean, it's...
Suppose it depends on how easy it would be to move Cinder, but if high priest is coming here, we're not exactly sure what route they're taking. Might just be best to do as you say. But I'll tell you one thing. If we are spending a few more nights here, we might be seeing a few more of those undead here. You good enough fight?
kind of gives you a little smirk. Against the undead, I'm well rehearsed, I suppose.
It's good to hear.
Physically, though, I'm afraid I can't do much except for point and shoot this crossbow here.
That's fine. You just stay behind me then, yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
Anyway, I know
have you found out anything since you've been here?
Yeah, I suppose they're good to fill you in. When we got here, we found these piles of bodies being burned. To be honest, we thought it was the church that done it. But turned out they was burning them so that they wouldn't turn. We ran into this old woman. She's gone now. Elanis was her name. She told us of where they was hiding out in this church here. We offered to help. While we was waiting out here in the stable since we couldn't fit our horse and cart. We heard a scream. I went off running. Found this strange man in a big hat. I'll sort of mime it with my hand. It was like putting some weird green stuff into one of these corpses he dug up from the cemetery. That seemed to be what was making it scream. I tried to cut off its arm where the green stuff was, but didn't seem to do the trick. We followed him and we saw him in the middle of whole squad of these things. Hundreds. We thought we gave him a slip, but few chased after us.
You mean he was like
Tried it.
leading these things?
Don't know if it was leading them, but they certainly seemed to be leaving him well enough alone.
Huh.
Didn't really get a chance to talk with him. All they did was laugh.
I'm sorry for
And he
interrupting.
didn't even share the joke.
Continue.
Guess one other thing I forgot to mention was he sort of broke something on himself and disappeared, right? Guess all we followed was a feeling where it might be.
Broke something on himself. Like a vial. Was it something like alchemical or something?
I mean, maybe, but to be honest, I don't see it best in the dark, yeah? To my best recollection, he must have broke something like a vial on himself. I don't really know if these spells work. I suppose most of them did seem to be going away from the town.
Do you know which direction?
Would I, Dungeon Master? Perhaps an intelligence check?
Make me a knowledge geography.
Ooh. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have your bearings enough relative to the town that you could see that they were headed in a more southerly direction.
I think I was heading south, but can't be sure.
South.
Why? What's south?
Whoa. I mean, apart from the ocean, Karen would be to the southeast of here. But south... Kinda just thinks for a moment. Maybe they have maybe this thing, this creature with the hat, has a lair or something nearby. A hideout.
Could be, but what goes that to us?
Well, I mean, if these things are all heading somewhere and on the move, we should probably try to find out a bit more about it, where they're going. Maybe they're going to attack another town.
Or maybe we couldn't even protect the 20 who was here.
Well, there's more people in this world than the 5 of you here.
Right, well, for now, all I care about is the safety of these people and get Cinder back.
Right.
You help me with that, I might be more agreeable to going after whatever these things are.
Right, well, I will help you as best I can.
Thanks.
And he will get up and leave, Gustav, find a nice corner, and try to get some shut-eye.
Okay. Stavo?
I will keep watch through the night to protect my allies.
Damn. Not gonna sleep, huh?
Oh, those things might come back. That
So
must
you only can get a short rest then, I believe.
Right. So I think I get, like, what? Some hit dice back and that's it?
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't know about my Blood Rager stuff because, like, short rests don't really exist.
Correct. So you roll your hit dice, however many you want, and then if you're staying awake all night, you also gain.
Exhaustion, right?
Well, yeah. What is equivalent to exhaustion? But it starts as I don't remember if you go straight into exhaustion with staying up, or if you get one of the lower tier ones first. Let me just look here real quick.
I might be fatigued.
I think you become fatigued in the first 24 hours and then
Yeah, it should be fatigue.
exhausted the next day after that, I think.
Yeah. Well, exhausted also you just rest 1 hour to become fatigued, so I mean you're technically resting, so yeah, you'd be fatigued. I'm rolling all of his hit dice, but what? Old choice. Okay. So yeah, I mean you keep watch for the night. Roll me a perception check on me.
Nailed it.
So where are you keeping watch from? Just like the front door.
Yeah, I'm just making sure nothing gets in the stables. That's
Eventually, as the night goes on, Jamie on including stuff. As the night goes on, eventually, you don't really hear any of this happen, but at some point you start to hear something kind of banging on the tube.
I will try to see what it is.
Okay. As you peek out, there's not a lot of light sources coming out, but what you see outside the door is a zombie and another one walking up behind, approaching the door. One of them's at the door, approaching the door. The one at the door is kind of like banging on it, trying to get in.
Crap baskets. Okay. Do they look like the exploding kind, or the slow kind, or the fast kind, or the
They
jumbo
look-
kind?
These ones look like the slow kind.
Is anyone awoken by?
I mean, it's not like super loud because the door's bright, so no one's immediately awoken.
Okay. Crap. Is there a way that I can stab at this thing without it getting to me, or would I have to open the door?
I mean, the door's somewhat fortified. I think you could stab at it through the door. It'd be more difficult to hit it, but you can do it.
I will try that.
Okay. Make me an attack roll. Yeah, I mean, this thing's AC isn't super high or anything. So you kind of poke your great sword through the door and you stab this one at the door, like through the torso, and some blood drips out, but it looks like it's still alive, banging at the door.
Alright, I will repeat until work is done.
Okay, so it's gonna be smacking on your door while you do that.
Okay.
Let me just make some rolls here. Oh, nice. You can roll your kind of second
Poke attack.
attack. Yeah, your second poke attack. With your penalty, that one is not enough. Well, I guess it's not a penalty for you. It's an AC bonus for them. So yeah, you attempt to poke at this one through the door with your sword, but it looks like it's just like it's moving and shifting around, and you haven't managed to do any significant damage to it.
Alright. Try again.
Okay. Well, that one comes up and crits the door, and with that one's attack and the other one, the door bursts open. Well, maybe not burst, but like the brace cracks, and the door just gets pushed in.
Everyone, wake up! We got company!
All right, you all get the
Wakey,
call
wakey.
from Gustav.
Teak wakes up.
Okay. Everyone can roll for initiative.
In terms of the ones who were sleeping, what do we do? Do we also like roll hit dice if we would like, because it's a short rest?
Yeah, if you'd like, you can.
I didn't take any damage, so. Thanks.
Where is hit dice? Gustav, where's hit dice on the sheet? Since you just did it.
You just click hit points. It'll glow red when you.
Oh, great. I love that for me. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Hey, wow. We got some good crits. Okay, one more second. Brother Paul, did you roll?
He's working with the enemy.
Brother Paul, did you roll for initiative? Brother Paul?
Brother Paul,
Not
are
name,
you...
because you're saying his name wrong. It's Border Paul.
Brother Paul!
Guys,
Oh, he's probably with Reginald.
Probably. But regardless, you've all rolled initiative, and there are some zombies at the door. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Oh,
what? So soon?
What do you mean so soon? It's only a half hour early.
Yeah, it's been 3.5 hours. Yeah.
But we started like half an hour late.
Yeah, well,
Oh, yeah.
whose fault is that?
Sorry. Sorry, I needed to eat.
It's alright. Alright. Bye, guys. Good session. Can't believe we're gonna get...
Die.
Get killed?
Visix seeing his opportunity, he's like, Teak was so fucking close.
Yeah.
All we need is one more zombie encounter and she's a goner. Even my hit dice were against me. Look at that. I got 6 points back. Oh, there he goes. There's Borther Paul.
Excuse me?
I'll handle these zombies, you guys. Just stand back.
Borther Paul, you missed it. You need to roll for initiative, but we're starting combat next week. That's where we're ending.
Oh,
So you
okay.
guys just roll for initiative and
And you're too late. Initiative ended.
You are
All
now
your allies
automatically
dead.
last. Yeah.
I rolled a 16. Oh, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
You rolled a crit one. That's what you rolled, sir. Borther Paul. You'll never be Cinder. You'll never be Cinder.
Oh.